10 Meghan Markle secrets she doesn't want the public to know. She's not friendly? An insider from Meghan's former life has come out and accused the Duchess of being fame hungry. Meghan's goal was always becoming a household name, a source told Vanity Fair. She's insanely smart and poised, but very, very guarded. She's not a person you can actually be friends with. She's the type of person who is best friends with her stylist, the insider added. After moving to Toronto to film the drama series Suits, Meghan reportedly began spending time at exclusive bar venues like Soho House, while surrounding herself with the likes of celebrity stylists Jessica Mulroney and Misha Nono. Meghan was socializing with foreign heiresses, upper crust, smart, ambitious. Nono's friend told Vanity Fair, "They have everything and they want everything." A close friend to Prince Harry, Nono had previously been reported as the matchmaker who set him up with her friend. Another Hollywood insider revealed to the publication that Meghan even held a Sayonara Zara party, where she gave away her old clothes once she could afford the high-end labels worn by her Suits character, paralegal Rachel Zane. Sounds like jealousy to me. Samantha Markle. These claims about Meghan's personality resemble the accusations that half-sister Samantha Markle has broadcast high and low since her siblings' rise to fame. In 2016, Markle told The Sun that Meghan always dreamed of being a princess, painting her as a social climber. She always preferred Harry. She has a soft spot for gingers. She has since made headlines accusing Meghan of lying about paying for her own university fees and causing an irreparable rift in her relationship with their father, Thomas Markle, after she failed to call him on Christmas Day. "I've never seen anyone so rude and hurtful and heartless and absent a soul in my life," Samantha Markle wrote on Twitter. The brutal tweets followed revelations that Meghan hadn't spoke to her father since her May nuptials, forcing him to learn of his daughter's pregnancy through the news. Samantha added, "Apparently you're not capable of forgiveness or having a peaceful heart." Family feuds. Not only Samantha, no one in the Markle family seems to get along. Both half-sister Samantha and half-brother Thomas Jr. have made allegations in the public media that the other sibling has been cut out of the family. Furthermore, despite Prince Harry making a comment that the royals are like the family she never had, one family member suggested this was not the case. "She's had a really good family," said Thomas Markle Jr. "We were as close as we could be, as tight as we could be. That's what we were." In fact, it was revealed last minute that Markle's dad would not be attending her royal wedding. Confirming the news, she said, "Sadly, my father will not be attending our wedding. I have always cared for my father and hope he can be given the space he needs to focus on his health." Meanwhile, her reaction behind closed doors was much less matter-of-fact. Apparently, the shocking news of his absence reduced both Meghan and Harry to tears. After turning up to Kensington Palace unannounced, Samantha was overcome with online abuse. However, she hit back in support of her shared father with Meghan, saying that the Duchess should bow to the daddy, accusing her half-sister of giving fake waves and smiles, and not giving time to the one who has always been there for her. Samantha simply wanted Meghan to reach out to her father so he could know she is all well, happy, and to touch base. Not enough attention. According to Meghan's sister Samantha, Meghan is not paying enough attention to her father. After making numerous attempts to speak to Meghan about the health of their 74-year-old dad, Kensington Palace refused to respond. Unsure whether Meghan was even aware of this, her publicist took to Twitter as the only option we have left, he claimed. "This doesn't need to be public. We would prefer to keep this private. Samantha is coming to the UK this week, like it or not." This could be because Meghan Markle's dad staged his own paparazzi shots days before the wedding. Despite many requests for photographers to stay away from Thomas Markle, he apparently worked with members of paparazzi to stage photos showing him preparing for his daughter's royal wedding. It was alleged that he made a healthy profit from this too. While there was much speculation on this, it was reported Thomas decided not to attend the nuptials to avoid embarrassing the royal family. Only days later, he changed his mind. MS. Meghan has allegedly hidden her half-sister's disability. Samantha, who was diagnosed with MS back in 2008 and is in a wheelchair, believes her sister has avoided speaking about it publicly. She has even spoken out that Meghan has abandoned the family. In addition, she said that the two sisters have not been close, especially since her diagnosis. Born 17 years apart to different mothers, the two did not have much of a relationship, and despite Samantha's claims, we doubt this is due to her disability, or because Samantha constantly talks bad about her and treats her poorly due to jealousy, and it has nothing to do with her disability. Rather, it has everything to do with her attitude. Having a disability or condition is tough, and some attitude is expected if you aren't dealing with it well. But it's always a bad idea and heavily advised against that you take it out on your own family. Samantha should be confiding in her sister and other family members, not going at their throats. Meghan is of course at fault too, she should have checked in with her sister more. Criminal brother. Meghan's older half-brother is certainly not royal family material. Just like his father, he is on his second divorce and similarly declared his own bankruptcy in 2013. However, the real topper is that Thomas Markle Jr. was taken into custody after allegedly holding a weapon to his girlfriend's head. He was charged with unlawful use of a dangerous weapon, menacing, and domestic violence. This does not sound like ideal behavior for a brother-in-law of Prince Harry. I mean, the royal family does have Andrew, so don't worry Meghan, nothing is worse than that. It must be tough for Meghan to be getting all of this media attention while having to worry about her family. I mean, sure, he is a bad guy, but I'm sure Meghan just thinks he's misguided. Thinking about siblings and other family members, whether you like them or not, is a lot of stress, you know? The Duchess of Sussex was greeting mourners stationed outside Windsor Castle on September 10th with her husband Prince Harry and the Prince and Princess of Wales when the incident unfolded. In footage widely shared to Twitter, Meghan could be seen holding a bunch of pink roses and talking to the crowd when an aide spoke to her from behind. The Duchess could be seen whirling around quickly with what some social media users claim to be a flash of annoyance on her face. Meghan spoke some words to the aide, pointing in one direction before finally smiling, nodding her head, and whirling back around towards the crowd. Honestly, maybe the royal aide just scared her. It's possible. Rachel. Interestingly, Meghan is not the real name of Prince Harry's Hollywood wife. She was born as Rachel Meghan Markle, the same as her character on Suits. It is not known when or why Meghan decided to drop Rachel, but all of her acting credits are under Meghan Markle. Perhaps, like some of her former acquaintances have mentioned, she had always aspired to get to where she is today, and Meghan was more suited for a royal title. I know a lot of people personally who have dropped their first names in favor of their middle names, so this isn't really that big of a deal to me. If you know someone who swapped around their name or has a different name they go by, then let me know in the comments. I'm super interested. One user says that Meghan claimed she was bored during King Charles and Princess Camilla's garden party. I think pushing Harry aside, basically halting his conversation, and then refocusing all the attention on her is damn rude. He put his head down with his hands folded over each other like a little kid who's being chastised. Talking so much in the engagement interview as if what she had to say was much more important than what he had to say was also rude. Announcing, "I'm bored" at Charles and Camilla's garden party was the ultimate. I can't tell if this is a true story or not, but it's definitely a Karen move to announce you're bored in front of everyone. Briefcase. Before becoming a royal, Meghan made an appearance as the case model on Deal or No Deal, hosted by Howie Mandel. Meghan was one of those beautiful women who would open the cases to reveal a winning amount. Her time on the show lasted from 2006 to 2007, so only a year, and she once said in an interview that the only reason she did the show was to make ends meet. Definitely working on Deal or No Deal was a learning experience, and it helped me to understand what I would rather be doing, she said. While we can imagine the Queen wasn't very pleased about this, back in 2013, Meghan Markle took part in a seductive photo shoot for the Canadian magazine Sharp. Of course, becoming a royal means anything and everything from your past can creep up to haunt you, and if it's on the internet, there is no hiding. Although some outfits are sheer and revealing, she is fortunately not naked in any of these pictures, much to the royals' delight. It's 2022, so do whatever you want, Meg. You mind if I call you Meg? Bad-mouthing her in-laws. I consider it to be rude to badmouth your in-laws on such a public forum as an internationally televised interview. One user said about her interview with the royal family. They continue. Private family matters should be taken up privately. As was stated in Buckingham Palace's brief response to the interview, on top of that, the interview was released while Prince Philip was gravely ill in the hospital. The guy's got a point. A bit better timing could help Meghan a fair bit. Maybe she can try to release something like that when nothing crazy is happening. Serena Williams. After meeting at a charity football game in 2014, Meghan and tennis star Serena Williams became great friends. After beginning to date the prince and being bombarded by paparazzi and press, her friend gave her some friendly advice. "I told her, you've got to be who you are, Meghan. You can't hide," Williams said. Meghan's best friend, however, is said to be fashion stylist Jessica Mulroney. The girls became close after Meghan moved to Canada to film Suits, and her 3 children even served as bridal attendants at the wedding. That's sweet. Unlike Drake, it seems Meghan does in fact have friends in the industry. I'm sorry that was a bad joke, but it's good to have people watching your back and giving you advice in times of need. That's really nice of Serena and Jessica. The Queen's Jubilee. The ex-royal pair, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, decided to cut short their celebrations of the Queen's Jubilee, flying back early instead of participating in the later celebrations. Royal expert Katie Nicole said of her take on the situation, "I honestly think it's because they knew that they wouldn't be in the front row." And why did they leave the royal family? They left because they weren't in the front row. I believe that's why they weren't at the other celebration, as they did not have center stage seats. Meghan disregarded the respect for Queen Elizabeth II's 70th year on the throne and just flew back with Harry, all for some seats. The time she threw tea at a staffer. Allegedly, she threw a cup of hot tea at one of the Admiralty House staff in Oz. Meghan expected to get the whole of Admiralty House to stay during their tour, but she only got a wing of it, so allegedly she told the host a 4-letter word off and asked, "Do you know who I am?" Apparently she was like a Tasmanian devil during her early pregnancy, and the host tried to soothe her with a cup of tea. She didn't like the tea and threw it at the staffer. What a nightmare. She lost her cool on an experienced royal aide. Samantha Cohen, the experienced royal aide who Queen Elizabeth asked to help Meghan transition into royal life, was screamed at by the couple before and during a flight to Australia for their 2018 tour. Sam always made clear that it was like working for a couple of teenagers. They were impossible and pushed her to the limit. She was miserable. A friend of Cohen's claimed she was constantly having to battle on Harry and Meghan's behalf while taking all this abuse from them. That's terrible. Wait, what? It has been said that Meghan was actually in a relationship with another man when she went on her first date with Prince Harry. From 2014 to 2016, Meghan was dating Canadian chef Corey Vitiello, and they became serious, even living in a townhouse together. Meanwhile, we know Meghan met Harry in 2016, potentially causing their sudden breakup in May that year. So was Harry the cause of the end of Vitiello and Meghan, or was it something else? When questioned, he reported, "I can't comment on that." Actually, on the subject of that Canadian chef, Corey Vitiello responded to the announcement of Harry and Meghan's engagement. It was revealed that Prince Harry actually proposed to Meghan over a chicken dinner. After Corey heard about that, he clearly couldn't hold back, and he posted a video right after the announcement of him cooking up some delicious, juicy chicken. Is he throwing shade to his ex, or is this just a little playful thing from him? Let us know in the comments below.
10 Meghan Markle secrets she doesn't want the public to know, part 2. Ditched her gal pal. Meghan Markle is said to have spent a lot of time in London following her split from Trevor Engelson. The actress reportedly struck up a friendship with local TV personality Lizzie Cundy after they attended a charity dinner. According to Cundy, Markle was keen to find a new man, but after her divorce, she allegedly had 2 conditions. He had to be English and he had to be famous. We were having a girly chat and then she said, "Do you know any famous guys? I'm single and I really love English men." Cundy wrote in a 2019 tell-all Tales from the Red Carpet. So I said, "We'll go out and we'll find someone." Cundy claimed Markle called soccer star Ashley Cole cute, but that went nowhere. Sources close to X Factor winner Matt Cardle claim Markle quietly slid into his DMs in 2015, but the singer reportedly stopped replying after meeting somebody else. Her Instagram interaction with Cardle allegedly took place just months before she started dating Harry. According to The Sun, once Harry was on hook, Markle apparently had no use for the singer. I text saying, "Oh my god, I heard about Harry," and she was like, "Yeah, I know, we'll try and hook up." Cundy claimed she was probably told by the palace to end contact with people she befriended in the media. "I was literally ghosted by her." Royal shade. Now that Meghan Markle is stateside and out of the firm reach, she's apparently been dishing about Prince Harry's side of the family. What was life like inside the palace? A little frosty, according to the American. In March 2020, a source cited by the Daily Mail claimed that Markle bemoaned the lack of warmth at royal family gatherings and finds all the standoffish behavior very odd. Her sister-in-law Kate Middleton is reportedly the biggest culprit. It's still weird to her that no one hugs and that everyone is so uptight, especially Kate, the insider said to be a close friend with Markle told the tabloid. She said it's obvious that Kate and William do not approve of their choices and that you could cut the tension with a knife. The source went on to say that Middleton and Markle barely interacted during the latter's final trip as a senior royal and reportedly even avoided making eye contact. Rumors of a rift between the two duchesses have been dodging the royal family for some time now. However, this damaging narrative really started to take root in 2019 when Markle guest edited the September issue of British Vogue. She neglected to put Middleton on the Female Forces for Change list featured in her issue. She also said that it would have been arrogant to appear on the cover herself. Middleton appeared on the cover of the magazine in 2016. Bad talk. We might never know if Meghan Markle had some sort of Megxit in her mind when she married Prince Harry, but according to someone who knows her personally, shedding her skin and starting over is a habit of hers. Writing for Tatler's Shanann Govani, who hosted Markle for dinner during her Suits days, claims something that has stayed with me, especially post-Megxit, is that Meghan is no stranger to picking up and reinventing herself. Both a go-getter as well as a shapeshifter, she returns now with more social mojo than she could have ever imagined then. By March 2020, Markle was already unleashing that social mojo on Los Angeles, where she and Harry moved after leaving Canada behind. The Sussexes were previously mocked when the prince was filmed asking Disney CEO Bob Iger to cast Markle in something. "You know she does voiceovers," the prince reportedly said, per Express. Later reports suggest that the actress has instructed her agent to find her a role in a superhero movie. It seems as though Markle was making herself at home, but how is Harry handling it? Was royal keeping up with his shape-shifting wife? I don't know how his career is going to map out. Dr. Jane Goodall, a famous primatologist and a good friend of Harry's, told the Radio Times that April, "I've been in touch, though I think he's finding life a bit challenging just now." Casual wear. During her 16th South Pacific tour, Markle spotted several different looks and unfortunately suffered some wardrobe malfunctions along the way. But there was one particular feature included in her attire that royal etiquette experts took issue with. Markle donned a white tuxedo dress designed by New Zealand's Maggie Marlin during an event at Courtenay Creative in Wellington. The stunning outfit drew praise from fans, but royal experts were critical of the relaxed look. We know that the Royal Highness the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are pioneering a new relaxed tactical branch of the monarchy, but having hands in pocket is a step too far. William Hanson, who described himself as the UK's leading etiquette expert and coach, told the Daily Mail. Markle was captured on camera several times with her hands inside her pocket, a gesture Hanson said was inappropriate for such a duchess. There's good casual and there's bad casual. Placing a hand in pocket is too relaxed and unprofessional. However, dressed down Prince Harry and his wife may have been, he added. The etiquette guru said it's not too much of fashion faux pas, though he suggests she avoids tempting fate by opting for dresses and other clothing with pockets in the future. Will the world end? No, it's just a small blimp in Meghan's usually delightful manners that can be easily corrected for future engagement, Hanson told the British newspaper. Power. During the episode on Meghan's podcast Archetypes, herself and comedian Issa Rae and Ziwi introduced the episode's theme. She said, this idea that black women must be angry when we all know sometimes things make you feel angry or sad or hurt or upset. That's not a gender or racial specific feeling, yet this trope of the angry black woman persists. And it was being reinforced constantly in ways we haven't even realized it. The actor who co-created, wrote, and starred in Insecure opened up about her feel of being perceived as a B-word for asserting her opinion or expressing disappointment on set. I take away the fear of being labeled as such because I shouldn't have a fear that if I said I just want something to be great. She said she had been called particular in the past, but had interpreted this as a compliment, reflecting her clear vision of what she wants to achieve. Meghan replied, "I'm particular. I think high tides raise all ships. We're all going to succeed, so let's just make sure we're really great so it's a shared success for everyone. But I also know that I will find myself cowering and tiptoeing in a room where I don't know. If you ever do the thing that I find the most embarrassing, where you're gonna say a sentence, but the intonation goes up like it's a question. And you're like, oh my God, stop. Stop whispering and tiptoeing around. Just say what it is that you need. You're allowed to set boundaries. You're allowed to be clear. It does not make you demanding. It does not make you difficult." Mocking accusation. In the second episode of Meghan and Harry, the Duchess of Sussex recounted her first experience meeting the late Queen Elizabeth. The events leading up to it, Meghan Markle described how she and Prince Harry were attending a lunch at the Royal Lodge when he let her know about his grandmother would be joining them a little bit later. I remember we were in the car driving up and he said, "You know how to curtsy, right?" And I just thought it was a joke. She explained, seemingly admitting that he may have been uncomfortable with his family's own curtsy tradition. Harry said in the docuseries, "How do you explain that you have to bow to your grandmother and that you will need to curtsy, especially to an American? Like, that's just weird." In a bid to demonstrate what curtsying to the Queen for the first time looked like, Markle performed a botched version of a dramatic bow. Many fans of the royal family interpreted the moment as being an insult to the royal family's traditions. On Twitter, one fan wrote that Meghan Markle curtsy scene was so mocking and disrespectful. Meanwhile, another tweet said, "Funny how Meghan thinks it's ridiculous to curtsy to a queen but has no problem with people calling her a duchess or addressing her as your grace." Meghan's secret trips to London. During the first several months of their relationship, Meghan and Harry had a very hard time seeing each other. After all, Harry is based in London, while Meghan splits her time between LA and Toronto. Sometimes they went several weeks without seeing each other and relied on FaceTime to make their relationship work. Somehow Meghan managed to make short little trips to London and spend time at Kensington Palace and go unnoticed. Some reports even say that she had special royal clearance thanks to Prince Harry. Also, it didn't take Harry very long to realize that Meghan Markle was the woman of his dreams. To him, it was love at first sight. Harry put it this way: "The fact that I fell in love with Meghan so incredibly quick is confirmation to me that all the stars are aligned." Royal fascination. Apparently Meghan Markle always wanted one thing in life, and that's to become a member of the British royal family. Now, she's never confirmed that, but her friends say that she always had a fascination with the royals. According to some sources, this was all part of Meghan's plan. She wanted to be a princess since she was a teenager. Her old pal once said she was always fascinated by the royal family. She wanted to be Princess Diana 2.0. She will play her royal ally, but my advice to him is to tread cautiously. I'm not shocked at all. It's like she has been planning this all her life. She gets exactly what she wants, and Harry has fallen to her play. I wouldn't consider this a Meghan Markle friend, considering how the person talked about Meghan, but that's your circle, Meghan, you deal with it. PDA, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are very much so in love. Therefore, though it is against royal protocol, and the late Queen wasn't a fan of it, the pair are often engaging in PDA. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex make googly eyes at one another, hold hands, smooch, and there might have been some upper thigh and butt grazing as well. Ooh. The royal family has a lot of rules that they need to follow. There's a special order that everyone has to walk in, certain ways to greet each other, family members, and even dress codes depending on what event they are attending. But it turns out there's no official rule against PDA. That being said, the late Queen Elizabeth doesn't want her family to act unprofessional at any time when representing the family. To the naked eye, it seems like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are madly in love, and it turns out that's exactly what it is. They love each other. Body language expert Darren Stanton, on behalf of Slingo, says that the two really are smitten with each other. You know, because of all the hand-holding, lingering stares. And with that, let's play this game called Stop Judging Them and Mind Your Own Business. It's actually my favorite game. Private letter. Thomas Markle added to her royal wedding, which he ultimately didn't attend because of a medical issue To Prince Harry, Meghan Markle wrote a private letter to her dad, pleading him to stop cooperating with the press. In it, Meghan said she felt absolutely blindsided by the pain her father was puppeteered into creating by the media. She said that the lies her father was spreading about her with the help of the media have broken her heart into a million pieces, and claimed that she only ever wanted to help him, whether it was financially, medically, or with the harassment he had claimed to have been experiencing, no thanks to the paparazzi. At the end of her letter, Meghan begged Thomas to please stop lying, please stop creating so much pain, please stop exploiting my relationship with my husband. But he did the exact opposite. Thomas sold the letter and the site published it for the world to see. Even more Markle family secrets. The Duchess later sued the Associated Newspaper Limited owners of the site for breach of privacy and won. Meghan had a reasonable expectation of privacy, and the site was fanciful to think otherwise.
These are the 10 Meghan Markle secrets she doesn't want the public to know, part 3. Number 10, Meghan's father staged photos before the wedding. Meghan Markle's relationship with her estranged father, Thomas Markle, has been the subject of much media attention since she and Prince Harry announced their engagement in November 2017. However, the scrutiny reached a new level in the days leading up to their wedding in May 2018, when the Daily Mail exposed how Thomas had worked with the Coleman Rayner photography agency to stage photos of him preparing for the wedding. These included pictures of him at Starbucks, using the internet to research Harry and Meghan, exercising to lose weight, and getting fitted for his wedding attire. The person who was pictured measuring Thomas was 17-year-old David Flores, and he was not actually a tailor, but rather a student working at a nearby party supply store who had just been recruited to participate in this photo shoot. Flores described the experience as, quote, really strange. In an interview with Good Morning Britain, Thomas admitted that he had hoped to change his image and turn the public's negative perception of him into a positive one with these staged photos. But this plan has gone to hell, as you can see. He expressed regret for his actions, saying that he felt bad about his mistake. However, the royal family was reportedly very embarrassed by this incident and had previously issued statements asking the paparazzi to leave Thomas completely alone. So you can only imagine how embarrassed she is about this, and it is definitely a personal family secret she wants to keep hidden. Number 9, former friend shade. Meghan Markle will have no trouble transitioning to life outside of royal family, according to Shannon Govani, a former friend of the Duchess of Sussex. Govani, who knew Meghan through Toronto social circles while she was filming Suits, believes that Markle's adaptability and ability to reinvent herself will serve her well as she and Prince Harry prepare to officially step down from the royal duties. In an article for Tatler, Govani described Markle as a, quote, shapeshifter who is no stranger to picking up and reinventing herself. He also mentioned that within Toronto's social scene, Markle was known for being able to easily immerse herself in various circles and was always a fixture at shindigs. These comments came as Markle and Prince Harry made final preparations for their departure from royal life. Could her former friend just be salty about their former relationship, or is there some truth about her being a quote-unquote shapeshifter? Number 8, Meghan's half-brother is homeless because of her. Meghan Markle's older half-brother, Thomas Markle Jr., has claimed that he's at the lowest point of his life, and he says that he lost his job and his home due to his sister's fame. Markle Jr. was recently evicted from his rental home in Grants Pass, Oregon, and is now living in a small hotel room with his fiancée, her son, and their 2 dogs. In an interview with The Sun, Markle Jr. blamed his sister's global fame for his downward spiral and claimed that he was unable to find a new job or a place to live due to being known as Meghan's crazy brother. Markle Jr.'s relationship with his sister has been strained for some time, with the half-siblings previously criticizing Meghan in the media and claiming that she turns her back on family and friends if she believes they are no use to her. Meghan's fans have called Markle Jr. and her sister Samantha opportunists seeking to exploit Meghan's fame for their own gain, and it kinda seems like it. However, Markle Jr. has claimed that he has been living under a microscope since Meghan's engagement to Prince Harry in 2017. Despite the strained relationship between Meghan and her half-siblings, it is clear that the Duchess of Sussex fame has an impact on their lives and has brought both positive but more negative attention in their way. While Meghan enjoys a luxurious life with her husband and son at Windsor Castle, her half-brother is struggling to make ends meet and find stable housing. It is unclear if Meghan and her half-siblings will be able to reconcile and repair their relationship in the future. But after all these years, does she really want to? Who knows? Number 7, Meghan's half-sister. In her new book, The Diary of Princess Pushy's Sister, Part 1, Meghan Markle's half-sister Samantha Markle has made some controversial claims about the Duchess of Sussex. According to Markle, the royal is allegedly ungrateful for the financial support provided by their father, Thomas Markle, and is also being described as being demanding and belittling and controlling. Markle is said to have received whatever she wanted and needed from their father, but instead of showing gratitude, she is alleged to have acted in a controlling manner. While the book paints both Meghan and Prince Harry in a negative light, Samantha claims it was not written with the intention of attacking her sister or in-laws. It's worth noting that this is not the first time that Samantha Markle has made headlines with her comments about her half-sister. She's been vocal in the media about her strained relationship and had previously made controversial statements about the royal family. However, it remains to be seen how much weight these latest claims will carry, especially given Samantha's past behavior. Regardless, it is clear that the Markle family has its fair share of drama and controversy, and it seems that this latest revelation will only add to their ongoing narrative. Number 6, her past boyfriends. Meghan Markle's divorce from film producer and literary manager Trevor Engelson has been the subject of much speculation and rumor. The couple was married from 2011 to 2013, and while it was originally reported that the union ended due to Markle's busy filming schedule for Suits, new details have emerged about the breakdown of the marriage. According to the friend of the exes, Engelson was shocked by Markle's decision to end the marriage and felt like he was, quote, a piece of something stuck to the bottom of her shoe. The decision reportedly came totally out of the blue and caused a rift among their friends, with many reportedly choosing to take sides. Markle's former best friend, Nanaki Pretty, who was the maid of honor at their first wedding, ended their friendship due to Markle's alleged treatment of Engelson. Trevor definitely had the rug pulled out from under him. He was hurt. It's worth noting that these claims came from a single source and have not been independently verified, but they do provide insight into the potentially tumultuous nature of the couple's divorce. Markle's divorce was one of the reasons why her engagement with Prince Harry initially caused a stir, as she became the first divorcee to enter the royal family. While it's not uncommon for people to have complicated relationships with their exes, it seems that Markle's divorce was particularly contentious and caused many rifts among their social circles. In the hump of our list, we have the briefcase. Before becoming a royal, Meghan made an appearance as the case model on Deal or No Deal, hosted by Howie Mandel. Meghan was one of those beautiful women who would open cases to reveal a winning amount. Her time on the show lasted from 2006 to 2007, and she once said in an interview that the only reason she did the show was to make ends meet. She said, quote, definitely working on Deal or No Deal was a learning experience, and it helped me to understand what I'd rather be doing. And while we can all imagine, the Queen wasn't very pleased about this. And this search for clout only got worse when in 2013, Meghan Markle took part in a seductive photo shoot for the Canadian magazine Sharp. And of course, the royal family was not happy about this. And as well, being a royal means anything and everything from your past can creep up to haunt you. And if it's on the internet, there is no hiding. Although some outfits are sheer and revealing, she is fortunately not naked in any of the photos, much to the royals' delight. Number 4, hiding her sister's disability. It seems that Meghan Markle has not been able to escape family drama even after marrying into the royal family. Her half-sister Samantha Markle has accused Meghan of hiding her disability and abandoning the entire family. Samantha, who has been in a wheelchair since being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2008, claims that her two sisters have not been close, and that Meghan has avoided mentioning Samantha's disability in public. This accusation has sparked much debate and discussion. Some believe that the lack of a close relationship between Meghan and Samantha may not be due to Samantha's disability, but rather due to conflicts and tensions between the two that are very much private. After all, the two sisters are 17 years apart and were born to different mothers, so it's possible that they simply did not have a close relationship to begin with. Others argue that Meghan should have done more support to her sister and been there for her, especially given Samantha's disability. It is important for family members to support each other and be there for one another, no matter what challenges or difficulties they may be facing. Number 3, the real name. Interestingly enough, Meghan is not the real name of Prince Harry's Hollywood wife. She was born as Rachel Meghan Markle, and the same name as her character on Suits. It is not known when or why Meghan decided to drop Rachel, but all of her acting credits are under Meghan Markle. Perhaps like some of her former acquaintances have mentioned, she had always aspired to get to where she is today, and Meghan was more suited for a royal title. I know a lot of people who have personally dropped their first names in favor of their middle names, so this really isn't that big of a deal for me. If you know someone who has swapped around their names or has a different name they go by, then let me know in the comments. I'm super interested. Number 2, potential cheating. It has been said that Meghan was actually in a relationship with another man when she went on her first date with Prince Harry. From 2014 to 2016, Meghan was dating Canadian chef Corey Vitiello, and they became very serious, even living in a townhouse together. Meanwhile, we know Meghan met Markle in 2016, potentially causing their sudden breakup in May that year. So was Harry the cause of the end of her relationship, or was it just something else? It was revealed that Prince Harry actually proposed to Meghan over a chicken dinner, and after Corey heard that, he clearly couldn't hold back and he posted a video right after the announcement of him cooking up some delicious juicy chicken. Is he throwing shade to his ex, or is this just a playful thing from him? Let us know in the comments as well with this. Number 1, fight with Kate. I wrote a biography by investigative journalist Tom Bauer claims that Meghan Markle was the one to make Kate Middleton cry during a disagreement over dresses for Markle's wedding to Prince Harry. Bauer alleges in his book Revenge that the disagreement arose during a dress fitting when Markle compared Middleton's daughter, Princess Charlotte, unfavorably to her best friend's daughter. The two women reportedly disagreed over the hemline of Charlotte's dress and whether Markle's bridesmaid should wear tights. Bauer also claimed that Middleton's friend and her mother supported Markle in the disagreement. These claims contradict previous statements from Kensington Palace and Markle herself, who said in a 2020 interview with Oprah Winfrey that it was actually Middleton who made her cry and that she had actually apologized for the incident. Markle described the disagreement as being over flower girl dresses and said that she had forgiven Middleton for this incident.
Serena Williams. After meeting at a charity football game in 2014, Meghan and tennis star Serena Williams became great friends. After beginning to date the prince and being bombarded by paparazzi and press, her friend gave her some friendly advice. "I told her, you've got to be who you are, Meghan. You can't hide," Williams said. Meghan's best friend, however, is said to be fashion stylist Jessica Mulroney. The girls became close after Meghan moved to Canada to film Suits, and her 3 children even served as bridal attendants at the wedding. That's sweet. Unlike Drake, it seems Meghan does in fact have friends in the industry. I'm sorry that was a bad joke, but it's good to have people watching your back and giving you advice in times of need. That's really nice of Serena and Jessica. The Queen's Jubilee. The ex-royal pair, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, decided to cut short their celebrations of the Queen's Jubilee, flying back early instead of participating in the later celebrations. Royal expert Katie Nicole said of her take on the situation, "I honestly think it's because they knew that they wouldn't be in the front row." And why did they leave the royal family? They left because they weren't in the front row. I believe that's why they weren't at the other celebration, as they did not have center stage seats. Meghan disregarded the respect for Queen Elizabeth II's 70th year on the throne and just flew back with Harry, all for some seats. The time she threw tea at a staffer. Allegedly, she threw a cup of hot tea at one of the Admiralty House staff in Oz. Meghan expected to get the whole of Admiralty House to stay during their tour, but she only got a wing of it, so allegedly she told the host a 4-letter word off and asked, "Do you know who I am?" Apparently she was like a Tasmanian devil during her early pregnancy, and the host tried to soothe her with a cup of tea. She didn't like the tea and threw it at the staffer. What a nightmare. She lost her cool on an experienced royal aide. Samantha Cohen, the experienced royal aide who Queen Elizabeth asked to help Meghan transition into royal life, was screamed at by the couple before and during a flight to Australia for their 2018 tour. Sam always made clear that it was like working for a couple of teenagers. They were impossible and pushed her to the limit. She was miserable. A friend of Cohen's claimed she was constantly having to battle on Harry and Meghan's behalf while taking all this abuse from them. That's terrible.
Well, these are the 10 Meghan Markle secrets she doesn't want the public to know, part 3. What do you guys think about this list? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts, and I hope you guys have a great day.